This presentation, titled Supplier Quality Management in Oil and Gas, an Eagle Eye View, comes to us from Vipin George. Vipin is an ASQ certified quality auditor, a certified management system specialist from Exemplar Global, a registered professional engineer, a chartered manager, a certified manager, and a chartered management consultant. He has a total of 19 years of professional experience within the oil and gas industry. He's an API Q2 registered professional, as well as an API lead auditor, having conducted approximately 200 hours of audits within the industry. And with that, take it away, Vipin.
Thank you, Mike, for that wonderful introduction. So good morning all, good evening to all also. Let me give you an abstract of the webinar. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one that is most responsive to change. This quote was said by Charles Darwin. The pandemic has taught us the most responsive to change is human beings. And as the world goes through the pandemic, so is the supply chain, and hence supply quality management has a greater role to play. To ensure product or services is not compromised and meet customer expectations and specification requirements. Let me give you an agenda. We'll be stating about the quality evolution timeline, the brief milestones on the quality in chronological order, the supply chain management terms, the sourcing steps, supply quality management triangle, which gives a relationship between supplier approval, supplier quality, and supplier performance monitoring, supplier evaluation criteria, the strategies used based on organizational needs, the risk management when applicable to supply chain quality process, supply chain performance management, the key metrics for use for monitoring and evaluation of suppliers, the general competency of supply quality professional in audit oil and gas, the ethics in supply chain management, and the credits and references. The quality evolution timeline. As you know, the quality was started in it evolved with the principles of scientific management in 1920. During the World War II, which was supported by the American technical maestro, Arthur M. Squires. Other lessons learned from the war effort was the value of building a civilian managed professional organization and the birth of ASQC, that is American Society of Quality Control, which is today known as ASQ. The initial system of quality management were published between 1922 and 1950 by George S. Radford. So after 1920, the 1930 Schwartz developed the SQC methods. The TQM concepts were popular in the year 1950. Zero defects, quality circles, quality assurance in services in 1970. The technical subcommittee TC 176, which is responsible for the development and updates of ISO 9001 standards or ISO standards, was formed in 1980. The concepts of total quality management evolved during, got greater importance in 1995. And now in 2021, as the world is going through a disruption and the emerging technologies such as AI, VR, cloud computing, Internet of Things, even quality is emerging. It's known as a quality 4, and risk management principles are evolving as well. Few terminologies about supply chain management concepts which are important, such as the acceptance sampling, blanket order, contract, corrective action, critical product or services, first article inspection, OEM, original equipment manufacture, purchase order, requisition, RFI, request for proposal, request for quotation, risk management, SIPOC diagram, that is supplier input, process, output, customer, which is a high-level diagram that gives the overview of the process, sub-tier, supplier or supply chain or sub-supplier, traceability, validation and verification. So, as I said, supply chain management, supply chain quality management plays an integral role in the success of any organization that outsource product or services or purchases product or services. ASQ defines supplier quality as supplier's ability to deliver goods or service that meets customer needs. So what is supply chain management process? It's an ongoing process, not a one-time activity. It entails several key steps, which once implemented effectively can support optimal product quality, boost your bottom line, consistently support customer satisfaction, and promote a positive brand image for your company. Supply chain management system is a system which is connected of many processes, all working in harmony to achieve the organizational objectives. Prior to 1980, decisions were made by the procurement department based on the price, thereby awarding to the lowest bidder. Dr. Edward Deming, his advocacy was that customers should stop awarding based on low bids received because price has no basis without quality. Sourcing reasons. Feigenbaum or Val, he is known as the guru of total quality control. As an effective system for integrating the quality department, quality development, quality maintenance, and quality improvements of various groups in an organization. According to him, quality is in its essence a way of management in the organization. Depending on the industry inbound supply chain can become increasingly complex. Demand management involves decisions such as whether to make or buy an item, that is make in-house or outsource to suppliers or subcontract. Supplier spend analysis, rank supplier by value and volume, supplier scoring assessment and selection, price negotiation and contract award, begin procurement activities. Choosing a supplier is a long-term decision. A good supplier can reduce tangible and intangible cost immensely. Supplier selection and assessment is a strategic decision that requires a good planning, foresight, and intuition. An organization grows, it must ensure that the suppliers are capable to develop along with the organization growth. And therefore, we must continuously invest considerable time and money in selection and continuous performance and evaluation of suppliers. The assessment process must happen prior to the sourcing and not after the fact, just to certify the supplier who is already a selected supplier. So supply quality management, as I said, supply quality management is a system which is connected of many processes, all working in harmony to achieve the organizational objectives. Few concepts that have changed the supply chain landscape. just in time. Kaizen is a practice of continuous improvement. The ISO 9001, one of the core principles is mutual beneficial relationship. The key objectives of supply quality management is to achieve product quality, process innovation, or productivity improvements and continual improvement. Now let us understand this figure. So the supply chain quality management. Any supply chain quality management consists of the three values such as the long-term relationship, trust, and shared vision. Supply chain quality management is further bifurcated into supplier approval selection, supplier quality control, and supplier performance management. So in order to reach from supplier approval or selection criteria to supplier quality control, we need to first determine and define the supplier qualification criteria, establish the re-evaluation criteria, include the supplier into the approved supplier list based on the evaluation. As a good supplier quality control program consists of establishing the technical requirements, defining acceptance and rejection criteria, defining management system requirements, such as in the oil and gas, management system requirements could be API Q1, that is quality management system for oil and gas, API Q2, that is service quality management for operational excellence in the service industry, the oil and gas, ASME, that is American Society of Mechanical Engineers. They give many product certifications, and supplier non-conformity and corrective action management. Supplier performance management. So supplier performance management, we have to continuously monitor our suppliers. So supplier quality performance and monitoring could be based on the organizational set parameters such as cost, delivery, service, quality, response times, schedule. So these are the few parameters which is set by the organization. Supplier risk management. We need to understand what all risks are related to suppliers and continual improvements. Supplier audits, on-site assessment of supplier to verify its capability and capacity to deliver product or service. Whether he is following our requirements is assessed through the supplier audits. These are few of the general supplier evaluation criteria which have been listed here. It is up to the organization to choose the specific criteria based on specific requirements and as governed by industry standards. Few of the general criteria, as I said, price, quality, and delivery, management capability, process and manufacturing capability, adherence to product compliance, employee competency, cost structure, financial stability, production planning, scheduling and control systems, supplier sourcing strategies and techniques, e-commerce capabilities, long-term relationship, OEM, original equipment manufacturer or one-time supplier or customers preferred supplier requirements, supplier audits, on-site assessments, supplier performance, storage, handling and preservation controls, organization culture, certification or accreditation requirements. Quality tools can be used to study the processes that is included in the material and service management, identify non-value added steps, reviewing purchase manual, comparing requirements, observing the process, etc. So supplier selection initially includes initial evaluation, as I said, scope of company or product services, the stability of the company and the country, etc. Does it hold a good reputation? Whether it's having a certifications such as ISO 9001, API Q1 or ASME as required by the industry. Review analysis of trends, process risk analysis in order to minimize the failures. Every organization today faces greater risk, greater and greater uncertainty due to the challenges such as global economics, politics, environmental, social issues such as pandemic and changing legislation requirements. Risk management as a planning tool has definite advantage for new supplier selection, new product introduction, transfer of work, obsolescence management, and changes to production process, materials, or location. Risk management, you are free to choose any of the methods, whether it is qualitative, whether it is quantitative, brainstorming, using Delphi techniques, 4T method, failure mode effective analysis, process-based or design-based. The risk management includes there are various models used in risk management process, but generally it involves risk identification, classifying or ranking the risk, maintaining a risk register, mitigating the identified risk, reduce risk, analysis. Risk analysis using generally followed method is probability, impact, and severity. There are various techniques which you can follow. Risk monitoring and mitigation actions, follow up on those actions, defining the actions, the controls, review of residual risk, contingency plans, taking management of change approach. So that is the risk review process, continuous monitoring. Few of the supplier risks which I have identified here could be late deliveries, lead timelines not identified, project management issues such as cost, schedule, scope review is not proper, commercial matters, not taking into consideration the legal requirements, poor quality of material, competency of the supplier team, incorrect review of requirements, poor sourcing strategies, poor infrastructure for product preservation and storage, special process, manufacturing capability and capacity, traceability issues, documentation issues, financial stability, logistic problems due to pandemic, limited resource, managing obsolescence. So these are the general risks, but we need to identify the risk in the context of our internal and external issues, and then rank them according to our scenarios, and then mitigate the risk and review the residual risk and take the necessary and have a backup plan or the contingency plan to mitigate the risk. So supply chain performance management. Why supply chain performance management? SCORE. SCORE is a model which is good for monitoring of supply chain performance. SCORE means, the acronym SCORE means Supply Chain Operation Reference Model, which was developed by the Supply Chain Quality Committee. Aligning supplier performance goals with organization KPIs is a good evaluation approach. Collection of data, assessment of supplier, and giving to supplier feedback of the assessment will help the supplier to improve the performance. These involves few of the parameters such as plan, demand and supply, develop course of action to meet sourcing, production and delivery requirements. Source, process in which we need to procure the goods and services to meet the planned or actual demand. Make, process that transform product or services to some finished state. So whether we need to make in-house or whether we need to outsource the product or services. Make includes made to stock, made to order, engineer to order, assemble to order, deliver. Process that provide finished goods and services to meet planned or actual demand. Return. Process that is associated with the return and receiving return product for a reason. So if we get a return product, we need to take the necessary corrective action. The SCORE model emphasizes on need analysis based on organization needs. The supply chain performance is focused on delivery reliability, responsiveness, flexibility, cost, and asset management. Performance metrics can also be measured based on customer relationship, order fulfillment, and supplier relationship. Supply chain analytics using technology and human insight to identify trends, perform comparisons, and identify opportunities in supply chain. Quality professionals bring a unique skill set and appropriate knowledge base such as advanced quality planning methodologies, design and process failure mode analysis, FMEA, process design, qualitative and quantitative analysis, and disciplined problem solving skills, experience with management system and understanding manufacturing process, relationships, and knowledge management. So generally, quality professional competency in the oil and gas industry usually has the supply quality assurance and supply quality engineer. So typical competencies required in for supply quality assurance engineers, preferably having engineering degree with 7 to 10 years of experience in the oil and gas industry, knowledge of quality management system, knowledge of manufacturing process practices, preferably having a lead auditor course in quality management systems such as ISO 9001, 2015 or API Q1 or Q2. Risk management audits using ISO 19011, 2018, that is the guideline for auditors. ASQ CQA is a good certification, and the Certified Supply Quality Professional is also a good certification for supply quality assurance engineer professional. So for supply quality engineer, so he must be aware of quality planning and vendor inspections, supply collaboration, knowledge of products and process in the manufacturing industry, receiving inspection process, final inspection process. He or she must be preferably qualified with engineering degree with 7 to 10 years experience in oil and gas. These are the common certifications for supply quality engineer. SIFE means source inspection fixed equipment, SIRE source inspection rotary equipments, CSWIP, that is for it's a governing body for welding related certifications, NDT non-destructive testing, NACE, BGAS, those are painting or coating related certifications, and ASQ CQE, that is certified quality engineer, or CMQ, that is certified manager of quality or organization excellence, is a good certification. These are preferred certifications which you need to have to improve and increase your competencies. Competency is not limited to have the technical knowledge and the certifications. It is also good to have a good personal skills like resilience, flexibility, credibility, integrity, creativity, ability to learn, self-critical, self-analytical, self-consistent, goal achiever. Social competencies include assertiveness, empathy, communication skills, conflict management skills, problem-solving skills, sociable, ability to motivate others, persuasive power, team player. The Institute of Supply Chain developed the ethics framework. So these are the 9 tenets which I have taken from the ASQ Code of Ethics for Supply Chain Quality Professionals. So the first one is on ethical perception. Avoid the intent and appearance of unethical or compromising practices, relationship and communication. Second, loyalty to employer. Demonstrate loyalty diligently following company instructions using reasonable care and authority granted. The third one, conflict of interest. Refrain from private business, professional activities that may create conflict between personal interests and those of your employer. Gratuities. Refrain from accepting money, loans, bribes, gifts, favors, or services from present or potential suppliers. Confidentiality. Handle confidential information or proprietary information with due care and proper consideration of ethical and legal ramification and government regulations. Treatment of suppliers. Promote positive supplier relationship through courtesy and impartiality. The seventh one, abide by law. Know and abide the spirit of laws governing purchasing functions and remaining alert to legal ramification of purchasing decisions. Equal opportunity. Ensure that all segments of the society has the opportunity to participate in government contracts. The ninth one, personal purchases for employees. Discouraging purchasing involvement in employer-sponsored programs of personal purchases that are not business related. So these are the professional ethics. Professional ethics is very important for practicing when you're practicing as a supply quality assurance engineer or a supply quality professional or as an auditor with a certification body. These are the references which has been used for developing this webinar. So the ASQ Auditing Handbook, the ASQ Supply Chain Management Primer, some references from Google and LinkedIn, API Q1 Quality Management System, API Q2 Service Quality Management System for Oil and Gas, ISM Institute of Supply Chain Management, TQC from Armand V. Feigenbaum, Supply Quality Management Challenges, Critical Challenges faced by the quality departments, Challenges of Effective Supply Management, 5 Supply Quality Management Strategies, Brief Guide to Supply Quality and Supply Development, Carry out Supply Due Diligence. Thank you for listening.
Well, thank you, Vipin George, for your perspective on supplier quality management and auditing within the energy sector. And that concludes this presentation.